Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blue Steel Tarot. Today is Sunday, February 12th, 2023. I'm back for your weekly reading. I was just doing a meditation earlier today, and a lot of it was about investigating or kind of calming your body and your mind first, and then reprogramming your subconscious mind. So really thinking about what are the experiences, beliefs, and emotions that I have observed consciously so many times that it's kind of been embedded into my subconscious mind. And of course, the intention of doing this is to evaluate whether or not these subconscious beliefs are in fact like helping me, working to my advantage, or whether they're hindering me. And oftentimes what we find is that your subconscious mind has beliefs that are either very limiting or contradictory to your desires. And so I wanted to do a meditation today that kind of focuses on and asks what subconscious, what limiting beliefs might you have and how to go about reprogramming that and what that could mean. Okay, so I did draw up this little illustration. Now keep in mind, I am no artist. But I wanted to kind of share, like, your mind is like a garden, right? So what I want to show here is, for example, your conscious mind, you're the person up here. Your thoughts and beliefs become the seeds that you plant. So thoughts and beliefs, where do those stem from? They stem from really experiences and things that you read, things that you're told, things that you come to experience. So let's say your parents tell you repeatedly as when you're a young kid that money doesn't grow on trees, money is hard to come by. You might start thinking about money as like, I need to save it, it's limited, and you start kind of planting these seeds, I should save, right? Your subconscious mind takes that in. And so as over time, as you continue to plant these seeds, they develop and they start to germinate underground. And then your subconscious mind has this belief that kind of your body, it starts to firmly adopt. So let's say your desire is to create a successful business and have like an abundant lifestyle, right? If your subconscious mind has been programmed to believe that money is very scarce, money doesn't grow on trees, perhaps that money isn't something that your family has had. Maybe it's something that was hard to come by from your grandparents, parents, and so forth, and it kind of comes down that line. If that's your subconscious belief, that's contradictory to your current desire, right? The good news is we can kind of examine those subconscious beliefs and ask ourselves, well, why do we believe this? Is this in fact true? And is there a way to kind of reframe it and start thinking about it a little bit differently? So let's just jump right into the reading now, and we'll kind of see like what comes up, okay? I will use the Pride Tarot deck. We'll jump right into it here. Oh. So, because I want this to be like a good opportunity for some guidance and for some reflection. Okay, that's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, so let's just jump right into it. In the area of your limited beliefs or your subconscious limited beliefs that we need to think about reprogramming. Okay, so we have the Justice card in reverse. This time, I don't typically do reversals. I'm going to do that now. And if necessary, I can pull open a reference material to help us interpret it. So we get the Justice card in reverse. I have the Star in reverse. And I have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, and the guidance on how to reprogram our subconscious mind to align with our beliefs is the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And if we do this, what will the outcome be? The Ten of Wands. The Queen of Cups in reverse. And the Five of Cups. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, we have 1, 2, 3. I want to see what we have on the bottom of the deck. This will kind of guide us for the path forward. So we have the Four of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the World. So the World is really exciting because it indicates like a complete, it's a completion, right? This is the last tarot card. This is the last tarot card in the deck. And it's pretty exciting. As I think of like the major arcana, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, right? So the Four of Cups is a little bit about like comfort, a little bit of stability. Of course, fours represent stability, right? So stability, maybe a little bit of apathy, just kind of like black kind of a feeling. The Knight of Wands is a passion, right? The Knight comes in, he's coming in hot. You don't necessarily glean that from this card, but traditionally he's coming in hot. He has a lot of excitement, he has a lot of passion, he has a lot of energy. And then the World, of course, is like, hey, the world, the world is your oyster is kind of what I'm getting from it. So as it relates to this, I think the bottom of the cards are saying, the three bottom cards that we have here, I think it's just saying if you can get out of that like lackluster, boredom just came in. If you can get out of that like lackluster boredom, find something you're passionate about, you're going to like conquer the world. You're going to feel on top of the world, right? And this, the world can also be about travel too. So maybe you kind of need to find, to escape this lackluster state of mind and state of being, you need to find something you're passionate about, and maybe that involves doing some travel and kind of getting out. So if you've been kind of like hibernating lately, is kind of what I'm also getting too. It's kind of like when I look at these two, these two guys, they're like lounging on the couch. And the Four of Cups, and we have like a couple of cups standing. One is already spilled. It looks like it's milk, but it could be, who knows, something. Doesn't really matter. So it could just be like you need to kind of get out, and then maybe that's what that's saying is find your passion, get out of the house, pull yourself together. Sometimes in the winter we tend to hibernate, and it isn't always a good thing. Okay, but in the area of like our subconscious mind, like what are some of the things we need to reprogram? Okay, so we have the Justice card in reverse. So the Justice in the upright mode is all about balance and a judgment or fairness. So in the reverse, there's something that's like unfair. Something you feel something is unfair. Maybe there's an unfair disadvantage or something along those lines, or an unfair advantage that someone has. I get a feeling like this is coming back to like things working in your favor. Like maybe you believe something is not going to work in your favor, or something is not going to work. Something is not going to be given to you. Something is not going to go in your favor. So if you've already got the belief that something is not going to go in your favor, you're already kind of like programming your mind for that, right? So whether it's a job, a promotion, or anything else, really, like even just like bidding on a house, right? If it's not going to go in your favor, you've already kind of got that programmed in your mind. So I think you need to ask yourself, like, well, what if this works out for me? What if I do get that promotion? What does it look and feel like? And that kind of thing. And almost come to expect it, okay? But you've got something there that says, I don't deserve this. I'm not going to get this. And you're almost like a disbelief of what you're getting. And in fact, like when we look at the star, the star is often about like wishes and wish fulfilled and kind of following your North Star. And so when I see it in reverse, I feel like this is in regards to, something that you desire, like a wishing on a star, but it's not coming true. So like while you're, you wish and you think, this is what you want, and we're kind of focused on like the desire, you kind of firmly believe like it's not going to come to you. So very much along the lines of this. So you feel like maybe you don't deserve it, maybe you don't, and that's kind of like, all right, so let's look at it in the context of this Nine of Pentacles too. So I'm getting not fair, wishes on unfulfilled wishes, and as it relates to this, so you desire maybe perhaps this luxurious type of lifestyle. You desire having all of your wishes fulfilled. The Nine of Pentacles, right? The Nine of Pentacles, brings in a great deal of opulence and abundance, but for whatever reason, this is what you want, is what I'm getting, but your subconscious mind says, my wishes are not going to be fulfilled and I don't deserve that, or it's just not going to, or the judgment is not in my favor. It's already, something is unfair. This is an unfair contest. This is an unfair promotion, or whatever the case is going to be, but the favoritism is not going to work for you. That's kind of what I'm getting from there. So what do we do with that? Like, how do we reprogram that? And maybe a little of this is like letting go, right? The Four of Pentacles is about like, he's kind of like holding on. And I think maybe this is partly like, just let go a little bit and stop focusing so much on, what's going on here, like what you can expect, and maybe be a little bit more open about it and be a little bit more free. So like, look at the Two of Pentacles here. Like, he's kind of like going back and forth. It's like, well, what if this happened? And what if that happened? So I think that that's one of the ways that we kind of can reprogram our subconscious mind, is one, to quiet it, two, to let go, as the Four of Pentacles needs to do. I mean, he's kind of holding these coins kind of tightly. Sometimes this can be about, like, fours, like I said, fours are about stability, but sometimes I look at the four cards and, I'm like, he's being a little bit miserly. Maybe he's holding on too tight, and maybe that's what it is. You're holding on too tight and putting something on a pedestal. So you just simply kind of need to let go a little bit. And when I look at this Two of Pentacles card, particularly in this Pride Tarot deck, he's kind of, look at him. I mean, he's free. He's like, this is like no fucks given, pardon my French, but, he doesn't really care what others think and what else is going on. And sometimes, like, I think that is like, what is ultimate freedom? Freedom is like when you can love yourself so much that you really don't give a damn what other people think. But I feel like throwing these two coins up in the air, of course, coins are always about decisions, right? Two's about decisions, deciding between A and B, weighing something. I think that, and we can see that down here too. We see that, like, we see almost like a black and a white kind of a thing, like kind of going back and forth. I see this, how can you apply this to reprogramming your conscious mind, is ask yourself questions. And when you start asking yourself questions, your mind will start to like wander, and your subconscious mind is the creator of all of this. Excuse me. So the subconscious mind will start to look for potential scenarios, possibilities. So ask yourself, well, what if this promotion does work out for me? Or what if this new job is offered to me and I were to take it? What would that mean for my development? And what would I do with that excess, the extra, salary, or whatever the case might be? When you start entertaining the possibility that something is going to come to you, it can be extremely powerful, because it'll start to embed itself in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind will start looking for the validation of that. So I think it's kind of like letting go. Ask yourself the questions about the possibilities. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is something not getting going, right? So in the upright position, this is like a brand new beginning. This is an offer. This is an opportunity. So maybe that offer isn't coming through, is kind of like what this is, or like traditionally what that would mean, right? How do we apply it to like reprogramming your subconscious mind? I think this is saying, like, focus on like what's already going on and what your limiting beliefs are before you start looking for new opportunities. So for new opportunities to come in, you need to kind of clear the limited beliefs that you currently have right now. So what I think this is saying is, don't be too scattered and pursue too many things necessarily. Like, I want to focus on, or my true desires are. Get very clear on like what your desires are today, kind of like what's hot, like what's on your plate, what's your priority, right? Before we start looking for new ones. And I think that this is saying, don't look for new things, or jump too much from one to one, because maybe you're creating kind of conflicting energies across the board. So I think that that's something you should kind of keep in mind and be like, well, what's truly on my plate? Like, if you're really entertaining like a new job or something, or, and you're thinking it's not going to be offered to you, but it's too good to be true. Things aren't working out. You don't have the experience, and you're kind of self-doubt. You believe that they're going to go with somebody else, even though, because maybe this other person is liked better, for example, and is known to the management team or something like that. I think this is saying, like, get clear on that and kind of try to reprogram your mind about like what you deserve and how these opportunities will work out before you go running into something else, right? Because what happens, I think, is, and this is just kind of coming to me, is that if you jump from one thing to the next too quickly, you're going to build more, limited beliefs in your subconscious mind. So I think this is like start at one place, start small, and kind of build off of that. Okay. And I think when you do that, what does this mean? I mean, hey, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands is completion. I think you're going to kind of get to some point where you're going to feel like, okay, I am feeling like this is working. And I think you're going to feel that when your passions start to come into play. So, if there's something that, you really want and you're kind of doubting or questioning, or you just don't believe it's going to work out in your favor, you need to reprogram that. And when you do, it's going to work effectively. Like you're going to get to that point where you're going to feel better, okay? At the very least, you're going to feel better. We have the Queen of Cups here in reverse. The Queen of Cups, she's very confident. She's very, she has a lot of passion and she's very loving and nurturing. And, maybe you haven't been as nurturing, and this is kind of advising you in the reverse position is like you need to be a little bit, you'll be a little bit nurturing of yourself, and be more nurturing of yourself and less focused on other people's comfort. So this is more intuitive coming to me. Like, so what I'm getting from this, the Queen of Cups in reverse is that, and part of the outcome of doing this, you will be more attuned with your own feelings and beliefs and ensuring that, like, does this make me feel satisfied? Am I pleasing myself? Focus on pleasing yourself, less focus on pleasing others is kind of where I think you're going to go. That's really a great place to be it sounds kind of counterintuitive in a way, because it kind of sounds like you're kind of being selfish and self-absorbed. But I think at the end of the day, you need to be very clear. If you're looking to satisfy and please others, you may not be pleasing yourself. And I view that as like the outcome of this is of all of this reprogramming. You're going to be looking to please yourself. What pleases me is kind of what I'm getting from this. Less focus on others, okay? And that's going to create a big change in the way you kind of like live your life. The Five of Cups can be about challenge, can be about change. And maybe that's going to, the Five of Cups, hey, this could be tough love for some people, right? This could be a tough scenario where, you're giving more emphasis on how does this please and how does this make me feel versus I'm a people pleaser and pleasing others. Some people aren't going to like that. And, or some people may not understand that. And some people might question that. But at the end of the day, this is them. Like, this is them kind of being a little like disappointed and hurt. But you're doing this for yourself. And when you do that, you're really going to be on top of the world. You're kind of coming back into this Knight of Wands. You're really kind of freeing yourself from this limited kind of like stagnant energy and moving into a place of great abundance and excitement. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this shared a little bit of insight into what we mean when we talk about, the subconscious mind, conscious mind, subconscious beliefs, limiting beliefs, and so forth, and kind of more about the conflicting energy. Conflicting energy being like, this is my conscious desire, and then not necessarily being aware of and conscious of your subconscious beliefs that may contradict it. When your subconscious and conscious minds are in alignment, things just come to you very easily. Things feel good. Experiences, thoughts, ideas, they all feel good. If they don't feel good, it's probably a scenario where your conscious and subconscious mind are in conflict. So drop a comment down below if this is helpful, if this resonated with you in any capacity. This is one of the first times I've done reverse cards, which has been great. I've been reading this book a lot, and I will certainly kind of share this. I will share some of my favorite tarot books in a separate video. This is a book that I got I got it at the store called Five Below. It's fabulous. I just kind of stumbled upon this. But the book is phenomenal in that it kind of gives us a lot of insights into not only just the card in the upright and reverse, but then also how to interpret it, reflect on it, and actions to take. So I've been spending some time reading this, and it's got a lot of, it's funny, though, even though I've been kind of studying tarot for about like 6 years now, you continue to learn and think about things in a new way and manner, and particularly as they relate, when we lay a card down with other cards. So I'll share more in that front as well. But this is really good reading. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe to the channel so you are aware of all of my regular readings. And have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And see my Valentine's Day, my Valentine's reading that I posted the other day. I think that was really an exciting one. It certainly energized me. Hopefully it'll resonate with you. And I'll be back again soon.